Car corner pace vehicle pulling away. Full field of 2A bracket cars ready to go. 50 laps. To the lead goes Cody Erickson in the 46. Sean Wiltshire tries to hold second with pressure from Derek Dobbs in the 551. John Mackey Jr. fourth to the outside of the 98 car of Heil. Eddie Wolf making moves on the bottom. Open line if you can make it work. Erickson out to the lead. Mackey sideways. Keeps it off the infield by and large, but loses a ton of spots. Service is going to try and go 3 wide around him in the 17. Doesn't quite happen. Up the track goes Mackey. They stack up and around they go. Getting the worst of it was Jimmy Robinson in the 133. The 177 car of Frank's got a lot of front end and side damage. Robinson able to drive away, actually, but involved in the incident. 177 of Frank's will head to the pit area, try and get in there without losing anything else. Everybody able to drive away, thankfully. And the yellow flag's out. Boy, that could have been a lot worse. It all started when Mackey got a little wiggly to start. That started way back in turn 2. And then continued toward turn 3 when Mackey kind of got back in line. Bill Service took a jump to the inside. And those two kind of found each other, tried to separate, and then Mackey went back up the hill, and it was just kind of hold on from there. But everybody drives away. It just got crowded. Safety crew out a little bit. 46 laps to go. Cody Erickson running out to the lead. A lot of racing behind him. Eddie Wolf still committed to the bottom of the 93. Gets by Bill Service. Down to the bottom of Kyle Ansolabee here. 46 is broken out. The leader Erickson has broken out. That's the price you pay when you get way too far out front in one of these races. He has broken out. He knows it. He's going to try and get out of the way. Sean Wiltshire will inherit the lead. Here's your first breakout in the features. It's your leader. I wondered when it was going to happen. Now Wiltshire side by side for the lead with the 88 car. That's Jim Hansen. Wolf goes 3 wide for third to the inside of Dobbs and Burrows. Jim Hansen is your leader in the 88. Jeff Burrows now in the 129 coming up upon him. Here's Eddie Wolf still on the bottom. Wiltshire wiggled by Ansolabee here. Gardner on the way in the 113. Look at that big pack of cars up front. Too many to count in one sitting. Greg Hendrick on the way in the 35. Burrows to the lead, and he gets sideways. Not enough room for all those cars up front, but they make it work somehow. Cody Potter started deep in the field of the 157. He's on the way. Burrows your leader. Hansen and Dobbs go at it for second. Robinson off the pace in the 133. Jimmy Robinson's day is done. Been a tough one. Ansel will be here to the outside of Dobbs for third. Wolf way down. He actually put a wheel in the water, somehow kept it going. My, oh my. Now Eddie Wolf going to jump up high for the first time, but he's stuck in line. But the bottom's coming backward too, so eventually they should be able to bypass Derek Dobbs, it looks like. Dobbs the fourth, Dobbs the fifth. Blumart in there in the 7. Blumart off a 4 slow. Yellow's out because Ansel will be here found the wall. And to avoid any further dust up, the yellow flag comes out. There might be a little something down, at least part-wise, on the track. Kyle Ansel will be here in car 166 out of Minnetonka, Minnesota, with issues coming off of turn 4. It all closed up real quick off of turn 4. We've seen those cars running so quick, so close. It was bound to happen, and thankfully it didn't happen any worse than it did. Laps to go in the 2A feature. Oh, Eddie Wolf slid it in a little too hard. Banked it off of Dobbs and saved it. 3 wide. I think Wolf may have an issue. Slides it again. He hadn't done that on the bottom of the whole race. Losing ground is the 93. He's back to 5th. Hansen back to 2nd. Gardner 6th. It's tight. Hendrick around in 3. They're going to avoid him. Yellow's out. Another close call. Greg Hendrick in the 35 car. It got tight. I don't know if anybody forced anybody into anything as much as Hendrick was in a bad spot and had to make a quick decision. And he twisted sideways, twisted a little too far in the corner, and thankfully the back half of the field didn't catch him. Bill Service in the 17 was one of those cars with a pretty close call there. One lap from green. Still 32 to go officially. Oh, Mark Ross Jr. rejoins the field. Coming back to it. Eric Dobbs wants the lead. So does Seth Blumart. Ooh, now Wolf to the high side. That might be the safe place to be with that car. It seems to be wiggling a bit. Dobbs and Burrows collect off the corner. Blumart sideways saves it. Wasn't going fast enough really to spin it, thankfully, when they all got together. And that's a compliment. Hansen to 3rd. Magic Shoes Robinson nosing into 5th. Oh, Wolf and Hansen touch. Around goes Cheryl Wren in turn 4. Yellow flag is out for Cheryl Wren in the 8 car, who is somewhere in the middle of that pack. It looks like Eddie Wolf is off the pace. And he may finally be taking that car to the pit area. There's definitely been a change in the way that car has drove from the first 12 laps or so to the last, well, close to 10. I wonder, maybe it's a tire issue or even worse, something in the suspension. 29 to go, 4 laps shy of halfway. Yellow flag's out. Jeff Burrows still your leader in 129, getting close to halfway in our first of 4 50-lappers here today. Coming to green. Dobbs wants the lead from Burrows. Hansen back to third. Topside moving a little bit on this start, at least through the field, but Dobbs on the bottom wants the lead. Even up too close to call. Blumart in third to the inside of Hansen. Eddie Wolf back on track, a lap in the rears, I believe. He can get his lap back on a lucky dog, though. Again, if that car is even 100%, you don't know that. Look at this scramble up front. Robinson back in it in the 799. If they get back, we'll be halfway through with 25 scored and 25 to go in the 2A 50-lapper. Sparta, Wisconsin's Jeff Burrows is your leader. Here comes Hansen again in the 18, trying to make it happen up top. Trouble in turn 2. Car against the wall in turn 2. Yellow flag out at halfway. The 115 of Josh Marcombe from Antioch. Up against the wall on his own. Was near the back anyhow. Brings out the yellow flag. Starting to thin him out a little bit in this 50-lapper. Thinning of the herd. All right, we're in the back half of this one now. How's it going to end up? Burrows your leader. Warming up the tires all the way. He sets the pace in the middle of 3 and 4. .166 to Kyle Ansel will be here. Gets the black flag. He's headed in anyway. Flat right rear. Dobbs to the lead, perhaps to the inside of Burrows. Derek Dobbs wants the lead. Top 6 have broken away now. Burrows and Dobbs, Hansen and Blumart, Robinson and Woodall. Woodall trying to get down to that third line. There ain't much room to do it, though. The line has crept down a little bit. Burrows controls him from the front of the field. Scott Gardner and Michael Gerke go side by side for 7th. A little smoke from Woodall's 52. Kevin Gress started deep in the 150. He's in the top 10. Now Woodall way down on the bottom. Dobbs gets sideways. Hansen will go to second. He's free now, and he goes to the bottom to try and work on Burrows. Robinson to third. Trevor Robinson in third. 5th, Blumart and Woodall. And now Scott Gardner, 7th and closing. 18 to go. Cars starting to slip and slide all over the place. Sun shining brightly on this track. Not much for grip. For the lead, here comes Hansen. They touch. And Robinson right there rolling his sleeves up. Woodall and Blumart meet. They found Dobbs. Dobbs keeps it going, but falls back. Woodall to fourth. Fender starting to sneak up on Robinson's car. Hansen and Burrows racing hard for the lead. Jim Hansen to the lead. Meanwhile, Robinson and Burrows both with parts and pieces hanging high. I don't know how Robinson can see. Thankfully, he looks left more than right. Woodall wants fourth. Blumart and Gardner leaning for sixth. Now Trevor Robinson wants the lead. Robinson with experience on this track. Hansen with experience in this race. Side by side for the lead. Burrows third. Here comes Woodall. Don't count him out. Good racing in the 2A feature. Top four side by side. Dobbs in fifth. Robinson trying for the lead. Can't quite hold it. Chris Woodall in third in the P52. You just got a feeling he's going to be a factor. Scott Gardner wants fifth. Gardner and Dobbs for fifth. Ten laps to go. Now Hansen and Robinson have broken clear with Woodall in their back pocket. Eddie Wolf to the infield. His race is done. Burrows fourth. Now it's a four-way battle for fifth. Dobbs holds it. Gardner, Blumart, and Hendrick pursue him. Now the cloud comes back. We'll ice this track down a little bit. Service off the pace a bit. So is Gerke in the 81. Look at that car. Robinson's just hanging by a thread, but challenging on the bottom side of the track. Oh, trouble in turn three. Michael Gerke up against the wall, and that's going to have to bring a yellow flag. Yellow flag is out. Well, we mentioned it about a lap or two earlier that Michael Gerke of the 81 car had fallen off the pace. He was right in the middle of the field, and something let loose, and he found a hard spot, it looks like, in the wall. Thankfully, a little bit left of where he could have hit in the point. Now the issue is going to be getting that car into the pit area. So the yellow's out with under 10 to go, and not that we needed any extra drama added, but 129 of Burrows, I think, may have a tire issue. 129 of Burrows a little slow on the start. And Gardner just pushes him out of the way. It looked like Burrows had it. Yeah, you could see a developing issue on the front of that car. And I think he was trying on the backstretch to figure out if he wanted to exit on the backstretch or get out of the way. Well, it's tough to exit on the backstretch like that. Everybody's coming to a restart, but it's even tougher to slow down when there's cars charging behind you. And Scott Gardner got impatient. So after Jim Hansen leads him to green. Woodall into second. That high side pick was a good one. Robinson back to third. Cheryl Wren on the way. In the 8 car to the outside of Eric Dobbs for fifth. Woodall will challenge Hansen for the lead. Dobbs back in fifth. Now Hendrick and Wren will battle for sixth. Top 3 back out in front of the field. If they get back, there's 5 to go for Jim Hansen in the 88. Woodall and Robinson battle for second. And the leader has broken out. Hansen in the 188 or the 88 has broken out, so it's a side-by-side for the lead. Woodall sideways, Robinson the new leader. My goodness. And now Hansen, he's kind of in a precarious spot. How does he get out of the way? So Robinson leads Woodall. Blumart third and closing quick. He's just trying to get out of the way, but Robinson's right there below him. He could pull out now if he wants. He can. There you go. So it's Robinson and Woodall and Blumart the top three. Then it's Dobbs, then it's Hentrick. 2 to go. Robinson off the board as well. Robinson has been pulled, and Woodall's going to be the leader. My goodness. Tough breaks for the lead cars as both Robinson and Hansen have been eliminated now. So now Blumart wants the lead from Woodall. The 52 and the 7 are the two cars racing for the lead. Woodall's going to try and hold on. It's going to be a win for Woodall if he doesn't break out. Then it's Blumart, Dobbs, Hentrick, and Cheryl Rinn. So 2 of the top 3 cars, as this race ends, succumb, are actually out of the race. The leader, Hansen, broke out, and then the black flag to Robinson as well. Good grief. Hey, but either way, what a race though, right? Did those 2A cars race or what? That was fun. That's a tough one for the Magic Shoes. I feel bad for him, man. And he's had kind of a rough go of it this year. And I thought that was the big slump buster right there. Well, we'll talk to your 2A winner and your A bracket winners here in Victory Lane because, among other things, they've got a decision to make. Cash or trip. This guy started 20th in the race and survived and arrived and is a winner for the 3rd time in 4 years in the 2A bracket here at the Bahama Bracket Nationals here at the Rockford Speedway. How about a nice hand for Chris Woodall? In Victory Lane for a 3rd time in 4 years. And this one probably in the most unusual of ways. Just kind of came into it, but you'll take those too, right?
Yeah, it was a hard one. I got all beat up in the middle of traffic, got out towards the front. The car was going away at the end. My spotter told me that the leader had actually broke out, so I just had to run my line. Ended up working out great. I want to thank HaggleMe.com, my sponsor. Dodder Race Cars, this thing's always a rocket ship.
How about coming from 20th to 1st? That's an adventure, isn't it?
Yeah, especially here. You just kind of stay out of traffic for the first half and then try to do something at the end.
I got to ask you now, A bracket, 2A brackets, you get the choice. Trip to the Bahamas or the cash prize, which is 4 digits for you guys. That's $1,000, and that's the kind of money you guys just don't race for a lot, right?
No, I'll take the cash.
He's taking the cash, and attaboy. He goes home for the richer and with the big trophy. How about a big hand for Chris Woodall, your 2A winner?